Well, my computer has crashed. It's the first time it's happening, by the way. It's the first time it's crashing like that. It must be because of the coffee, by the way. The only thing that could happen is the coffee. Hello, welcome back, welcome. Yeah, we don't have a coffee anymore. I was I was very shocked, by the way. Very, very shocked by it. Because it's a pixelated game. How big could it be? How hard can it be for the computer? That's very strange. Yeah, the cafe is we don't have a coffee now. I will change it. I will change the name. We don't have a coffee now. Yeah. I'm shocked by it. I'm very, very shocked. It's such a little game has made my computer crash. I play bigger games on this computer while streaming. I had to close the computer from its button. Nothing was working. Not my mouse, not my keyboard. Nothing was working. It was very scary. I can't believe it. Something like this happened. Never judge a game by its graphics. Yeah, that's what happened. Really. You got virus. No, it's not virus. It's Steam wouldn't allow a virus to sell itself from the Steam. No, you can't join anymore. The coffee doesn't exist anymore. We don't have a coffee now. I won't use it in the streams anymore. I can't let something like this happen again. This is what happens if they don't add squirrels to the game. They didn't even add penguins. What are you talking about? What happened to your old avatar? I'm using this avatar from now on. Maybe in special days I could use it again, but now I will use this. What do you think about this avatar? What do you think? Well, if Salim is still here, I was talking about the volume. I don't know if he refreshed the page or not, so... Okay, let me take my place. Are you heartbroken? Why are you heartbroken? Don't you like my new avatar? Am I not cute enough? We don't have a menu anymore. Old avatar was cuter. Which avatar are you talking about, by the way? Because I have 8 avatar. 8, 7 or 8 avatar I have. Which one are you talking about? The human one. Well, my last avatar was a bit more mature. She wasn't that cute. She was more mature, not cute. If we are talking about cuteness, this avatar is cute. You can't order me from menu. I'm not something that's on sale. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, my old avatar, the assassin avatar, was more mature. she was not cute, but rather attractive. Yeah. And I don't think it suits to my personality that much. Yeah, too cool. That's true. But I could still use it time to time in special occasions. In special locations. Oh, you can't just bonk me and give me a fish. It doesn't work like that. Hello, Namsu Namsu. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Yeah, drawing is my passion. Drawing. Art is my passion. Do 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 do. Since we don't have any background music, maybe I could open my own background music this time. So there won't be any quiet moment. Where's my musics? Here we go. Here Maybe we can continue with this. You defeated it? That's cool. You seem like a pretty entertaining VTuber unlike the other ones. Am I? Well, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Well, people usually get bored while watching just the art stream, so I try to talk as much as possible while drawing. So you guys could have fun while watching my art. That's why I try to open things to talk about, topics. with my slow English. I try my best. Don't worry, in 2 years or something, I'm sure that my English will be better while I'm making the subjects, while talking about the subjects. It will be better, don't worry about it. Well, most of the Twitch users are preferring girl VTubers who makes lewd content actually. I think that's one of the causes that my content are not selected by most of the Twitch users, because I'm more like a safe to work kind of streamer, family friendly. That's why most of the people more into this kind of things. So I don't think I'm underrated or something. It's just I actually don't attract that kind of viewers, I think. So I'm not feeling sad about the people that are watching me, because I actually value that people are watching me. They are giving more value to me rather than I would prefer having less viewers than having that kind of viewers, you know? I think that's more valuable. So I have no problem with the numbers, you know. Yeah, I have no problem with it. What's important for me is who is watching me. If I'm finding the right people, that's okay. And in the end, I find the right people. I'm coming in a minute. My little brother is calling me. Okay, I'm back now. I'm glad that I'm still one of your fans. Well, thank you for that. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So before stream was closed, I was talking about the values. Yeah. It seems like Twitch is really not allowing me to talk about it. About the work culture. But the thing is, in the studios that I was working in the game studios, the first studio that I was working in has closed, and that's why I had to leave the studio. I was working there since 1 year and 2 months or something, and after studio was closed, they didn't pay my salary, the last two months salary. They didn't pay it to me. And even so, I protected my respect to them, and I actually wanted to open a let me translate it. I actually wanted to sue. No. I wanted to file a lawsuit with the cards about they not paying my salary after the studio was closed, but I didn't in the end. They still haven't paid my 2 months salary. And after I quit, after I had to quit my studio, I found another studio thanks to my friend. He suggested me to work with his studio, and I got in. I was happy about it because I was applying for jobs at that time, and I wasn't getting any good feedback about it, like any positive return, like they want to talk about the job or something. So it was a very, very nice opportunity for me, since he suggested me to work with him in the studio that he was working in. And I started my remote work in there. But I had some problems there, like normally it was supposed to be like a freelance work. They were talking in the first place, but then it started to become like a full-time job, remote freelance full-time job, which is sound strange. If you are freelance, it means that you are not working full-time, isn't it? Because in our contract it seemed freelance, but I was making full-time work for them, which was consuming all of my time for less money. And I didn't make a sound about it. I was doing my job nicely. I was making the assets and other things for the job, so I didn't want to cause any problems, since I didn't have any other choice. And I did my job in time. No one had any problems with the delivery, but the owner of the business, the owner of the studio, told me that I was working slow. which is I'm not. Because we had 2-month limit for the work, and I could understand what he means behind. I mean, we were contracted for 2 months since it was a freelance work, but I was working full time. He wanted to work me harder and wanted me to make more assets, and he was going to toss me around later. Like, I understand that, and I didn't make anything faster than I was doing as my normal speed. And I told him that it's hurting me when he says that I'm working slow. And in the end, he still told me that you are working really slow. But he actually, when I talked with developers, they had no problem with my delivery speed. Everything was working, everything was coming out in the time, and I don't know. What was the problem then? They just wanted more work and more work. Because they wanted to get rid of me. That's the only thing that I see from that work. Because they just want to make me work harder until my time limit ends with them, the 2 months. That's why they wanted more assets and more assets and more assets. No, he was doing it on purpose. It wasn't about my speed or something. He just wanted more assets with less money. I'm not that stupid to not understand that. And in the end, we finished our contact. And I have nothing to do with him anymore. That man, I will never suggest him to any of person that I talk with. I would never. Thank you for the follow. And that's what I'm talking about value. If I'm doing everything in time and without any problem, if I'm making every feedback correct, if I'm improving myself, I shouldn't get things like that said to me. It's really unmotivating. It makes you feel really bad. That's why if I'm ever going to work again, I don't want to work with studios like that. I don't want to. I wouldn't want to work with studios like that anymore. If I'm going to work with a studio, I want to get the value that I actually deserve. That's why I took my 1 year break and I decided to focus on my lacking parts like anatomy and stuff, you know, the basics. That's why I took break from doing works for the studios. I only take freelance things like commissions, emote commissions and other commissions like that, because when you take commissions, you talk with the customer, they know what they want, they know what you can offer to them, that's why they are commissioning to you. But if you are working with a studio, they just want more and more and more and more in just a little time. It doesn't worth it, really. I would rather have loyal customers than working in a studio. I really have bad experience working in studios. It's just too studio, but I don't know. I'm really disappointed. I'm not perfect. I know that I'm making mistakes in my work, but they don't have to treat me like that. Well, for companies, everything is about work per hour. Yeah, but in creative studios, like, if it's about producing art, not everyone is not making things in the same time. They have different styles, different things that they develop themselves to draw. Sometimes you draw something in faster, but sometimes you draw something slower because you are not used to that style. And when you compare the workers you have, they have different skills, like skill levels. Not everyone is faster like me, or not everyone is slow like me. Like, everyone has their own speed. And some style of art takes more time, and some of the styles takes less time. And the studio owner doesn't know that, because if you are not an artist, if you are not an art director, if you are not a person that understands from this stuff, it's not like the other workers that it doesn't work like that in creative things. It's not for per hour like thing. And the quality changes with the artist. If you are working with a higher quality artist, you should treat it differently, because it makes high quality art in a short time. It's a totally different thing than a junior. And if you are hiring a junior, you can't expect a junior to make a senior level of work. It doesn't make any sense. It's all about experience in the end. It doesn't work for anything, but they still use it. Yeah. Yeah, so I wonder if you understand the value now, if it makes it more understandable. Hello, welcome. That's what I mean by value. My first company, at least they had more respect to me, yeah. But the last company that I was in, I can say the same. They are big people, and I would expect more respect to my work, towards my work. That was really disappointing for me. And the last company that I was working with like I said before, was telling me that I was working slow, but when I was talking with developers, they told me before you come to the company, nothing was coming in time and everything was going very slow. You are making everything in time and we have no problem with you. Can you believe that? What's the problem then? I think they didn't just like me, maybe. I don't know. I was even thought my work was just making 2D art and assets. I was making the animations and the marketing animation kind of things too, and I wasn't complaining about it. There wasn't any manager or something. It was a very, very little studio, like 6 or 7 people. Very, very little. And they just want to tell you you are bad just to be able to keep you under control. What can I say? Why people like that even exist? You're just making your work. If you are making everything time and everything nice, they should, rather than complaining about it, they should support you about the work that you make. Otherwise, why am I even working with them? These things can be worse in small places. Yeah, it was really bad. I mean, I was working remote, but if I were working side by side, I think I would cry. I'm getting ready for another art short. Okay, have a good time then. You should think what companies can give you, not what you can give them. Well, I also had some interviews with bigger companies, but I think I'm not good at talking that much, like in the interviews, yeah. I ask about what they can give to me, and I also talk that kind of things in the interviews. But in the end, I end up not getting accepted. I don't know. Sometimes I pass the interview, then they make me drop in the case study. Yeah, I started to study interviews too. Yeah, I have my notes. I'm studying. They don't teach these things in the school. In my first interview, I had no idea what can I talk about. Like, they were asking questions, but I was very naive. I answered every question. Sometimes you shouldn't answer some of the questions. And in my first interview, they asked me, do you have any question to us? And I said, no, I don't have any. And it was wrong. I should have said, yeah, what your company offers, like, or what do you expect from me in a 6 month? That kind of things you should ask in the interviews, and you just learn it by the time. You don't know these things in the first interview that you had. Don't think too much about it. There may be multiple reasons. Yeah. And for me now, it's even harder to work in game studios because I'm not in Istanbul right now, and if I'm going to work in a studio, I won't be in Istanbul. So I would have to find a remote work if I want to work in a studio, or else I would have to live alone in Istanbul, which is I don't want at all. And there is not many game studios that I can apply for that allows you to work remotely. If it's not in Turkey, maybe if there is remote studios that I can work abroad, it could work, but yeah, I could only work from home in this case. If you can earn enough from commissions, that's okay too. Well, right now I'm not earning that much because it also needs marketing. If you want to get commissions, it also needs marketing, and that's why I'm trying to be more in the social media right now. That's why I try to be more active. Because these past years I had no knowledge about marketing the things that I made. Now I'm also trying to push it more into the audience. Yeah. Well, let's see. I also try to be more active in LinkedIn. I share daily on LinkedIn, which gave me like almost 200 followers in LinkedIn I have now. And people, art leads, art directors wants to have connection with me, which is a very nice thing. Since I started making these studies, I also share them on LinkedIn, which is a good thing to advertise my works. It's been very, very nice. Maybe with the time they could also want to work with me, who knows? Maybe people like that will notice my work and will want to have work with me. It could be that way too. Oh, there's a message. Okay, that's not a problem. But it's the place if you are aiming for a studio. Yeah, but when we are talking about studios also have freelance options. Like sometimes they have projects that have to be finished in a short time. Sometimes, rather than working for a full time, they would rather hire for a short time. That's why it's a very good option. That would really be nice, being able to work like that too. Because if they know what they aim for, if the project is very clear, I would also love to make projects like that. Maybe they are looking for a specific style for a game that they are working on, and their artist has gone to vacation for 2 months, maybe, who knows, and they are looking for someone to fill the space for 2 months. I could do these kind of small works like that. That wouldn't be a problem for me. But I don't want to deal with these kind of stuff anymore. It really depressed me mentally. Waiting to see who Vacnuo ends up working for. We will see. I will also make some splash art studies, which is Riot Games. And I will make a portfolio. Maybe I could get freelance splash art works, who knows? Maybe I could make a splash art for LoL in the future, League of Legends. I could try that area too, because it's also freelance, which is what I want. These are big dreams, but if you give enough time and practice, you could achieve your dreams, I think. That's what I believe in. Who knows, maybe I could work for Japanese studios, who knows. After all, I also like making anime art. That could be cool. And when it comes to my goals, I actually want to make a game for myself, which is I want to have passive income from a game that I made. I want to make a visual novel, and I want to have passive income from it. Maybe I could start a Kickstarter for that. Because rather than being under a studio, if you make your own game and make it public, that could be a very nice thing, since it will be there and it will be giving you the income that you need, so you won't be solely dependent to a studio. That will be a very nice passive income for me. After finishing my studies, I want to start working on that visual novel, and I will also open a Twitter account for it, and I will share the stuff that I make from there, so that way I could have a very nice audience, I think, who supports my game, like a developer blog. Think it like Stardew Valley. They started as a one person Stardew Valley. One person was working on it, and he opened a forum for taking help about coding and stuff. It really makes sense to me, starting something like that and sharing with the people your process. I think it could be very cool. Okay, have a good time, Jimmy. Have a good time. Thank you for coming and chatting with us. Thank you. Yeah, so that's one of my goals. Having my own game that I will make. I started planning it already, but everything takes time, so it will take a long time. I know that. But what's important is the result. I'm sure it will be very nice. I believe in myself that I can make it. And one of the reasons that I rather be a teacher is because I have my teachers and they are making other stuff rather than just working for the school. They are taking commissions and they are working on them rather than just teaching. And they have free time for that. So being a teacher and having your freelance work on the side is a very good option for me, I think. And I think it's less tiring. I think it would be less tiring. The only thing that could tire me is talking for a long time with students. I think the only tiring thing would be that. Because I actually don't like talking that much. Think about it. If I had a class in university, I would have to talk for 3 hours. I can't believe it. 3 hours teaching to the children's. Not children's, actually. They will probably be grown people. Which is makes it more harder. They will judge all of my actions. After all, their teacher will be a VTuber. Maybe I could give class from Twitch instead. Who knows? If they allow me to, I could work from home and give classes from Twitch. That could be nice. If they allow me. I'm joking, nothing like that would happen. I don't want to tell any of my students that I'm a VTuber. I will keep it as a secret. No one will know. Would you guys like to be my students? If I had a class like that? Hi there, amazing progress. Greetings from Argentina. Hi, welcome. Greetings from Turkey. Nice to meet you. I still haven't get an answer. Would you guys want to be my student if I were a teacher? Yeah, want to hear the answers. All of you should answer. Yes or no. What was the question? I would rather prefer you to be a student. Well, the question is, if I was a teacher in a university, would you guys want to be a student there? Yeah. Want to be my student? Who wants to? No, I don't want to be a student anymore. Little script. Nobody gives money to students. But no. Think about a universe that you don't need the money. You can't even dream about it, right? Yep. I would love to be your student, to be honest. Would you? Yeah, that's the answer that I want to hear. Look, there's people like that. Still, they won't give me money. I need money to do things now. But think about it. Your parents, no, you're thinking about the different timeline. Think about it. You're 18 or 18, 20 kind of year that you are in, and I'm the teacher. And your parents are paying for your stuff. Yeah. We are not talking about the current situation. That may be ok depending on subject. Subject is art. Only art. I will be an art teacher. You sure? What do you mean you sure? Who are you talking to? Yeah, me as an art teacher. You would make a great art teacher, I have no doubt about it. I think I will be very, very strict teacher. I wouldn't let anyone pass if they haven't finished their homeworks. I would get angry very easily in the class if they are making noises. I would want a silence. Yep. I would want silence. Do you think that you would be your own student if a similar version of you could teach art in that way? Yeah, of course, because I would learn a lot from myself. I would love to be. You throw chalk at the students and silence them. Well, to silence them, I would try different things actually. I wouldn't throw a chalk to them. We don't even use chalks anymore. That's really cool. Is the model an original character? Yeah. I designed my own VTuber. And I rigged my own VTuber. Thank you. Let's see. We have to fix the feed. Yeah, okay. Some of you don't want to be my student, okay. Okay, I understand it. I understand it. No problem at all. Dum. I see. I don't want you guys to be my student either. I don't want it. It doesn't matter. You drawing Karate Kid? No, it's not. Japanese schoolgirls. Acrobatic schoolgirls. But we are drawing right. Very, very acrobatic moves they have. Oh, yesterday Dikkat Kedivar has sent me a contest, a drawing contest. It seems an interesting contest. Maybe I could enter to it. Maybe I could make an art and enter. The prize was League of Legends costumes, but I don't want any costumes since I don't play the game. Maybe I could write down my brother's account instead of my own. To winner, they are giving 5 costumes, I think. It must be 5 or something. Could we sell the costumes in the game? If it's working, maybe I could open an account and sell it instead. If I win, of course. We will see, we will see. I still haven't started drawing. I should read the rules first. Nothing is for the certain. The only thing is that I like the topic they have, and it took my interest. And I think it could be nice for my portfolio for the future projects. That's why I'm thinking of drawing for them. It could be nice. Right? I have to read the rules first. The rules are 16 page. They written 16 pages of rules. I have to read it very carefully. I don't know why they have rules that long, but... And I don't know if I can find to read that much. I mean, if it was a book, I would have no problem, but reading the rules... It's really boring. We will see, we will see. I think it will be a nice challenge for me. Very nice challenge. Very, very nice challenge. Dum, 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 dum. The leg is not being the way that I want it to be. Maybe I should try something else. I'm going to erase it and start over. Maybe sometimes the best thing to do is start over. There's a skin set's name is Star Guardians. Maybe you'll like it. Well, even if I like the set, it doesn't matter. It's because I don't play the game. And I already know what is the Star Guardians set is because they are inspired by Sailor Moon and the magical girls. But it doesn't matter because I have no interest in the game in the first place. But I like winning things, so if I ever went into first 10, it will be a very nice success for me. If I be in first 10, if I selected as the first 10 people in between, that will be a very nice thing. Time to start to play LOL then. Really? Yeah, you should be joking. Okay. There was a message saying that delivery is coming today. But there is no delivery yet. I wonder if it's really coming. In the last weeks, in the weekend, one of the weekend, we were gone to a fabrica place. Like there was lots of people that were selling furniture for the house, and we went there. We were looking around. We were asking about sofas and stuff. And the owner of the store, when he saw me, he told me, "Wow, what a style you have!" And I was like, "What?" For a person that's not going out that much, it's a very, very hard thing to deal with. No, I wasn't alone. My family was with me. If I was alone, yeah, I would run away. Because it's really embarrassing when someone says you that. He was an old man, by the way, like 15 or more than 50 years old. Then after we looked at the sofas and stuff, he tried to talk with me again. He asked about what do I do as a person, like what do I do as a work kind of thing. And he told me that as a sofa designer, he really liked the way that I use the colors in my dresses, like the way that I select the colors and the way that I arrange them while wearing them. And he also told me that he is designing the sofas with his wife. It's taking 3 months, that he told me. Taking 3 months to design a sofa. I was very surprised about it. And yeah, we were talking about art and stuff. Then he also told me, did you know that the top 10 artists are actually crazy people? He looked at my eyes and told me that he actually mean that I was weird. But I have no problem with it, actually, because I also feel weird sometimes. I don't feel like I belong to the place that I'm in. Because the way I talk, I can't even continue a conversation like that, because I always wait for the others to continue the conversation, usually. If I'm outside, it's like one usually looks at my dresses, even though it's really modest dressing style that I have. Because of the colors they are looking, I know that. Because I usually select both colors. But I don't feel comfortable in colors like grey or black or white. I mean, white is okay, but when it comes to black and grey, I don't feel that comfortable wearing them because I feel like soulless when I wear them. That's why I usually prefer colorful dresses when I go out. But I can understand why he thought of me as a strange person, because I'm sure that it's not that much that he sees a person wearing that kind of dress every day. That's why he was surprised about it. I can understand that. But it was rude in the same time, because you know, you are telling to someone you met for the first time, telling that you know that it's also an artist, but you are telling, did you know that the top 10 artists are actually crazy people? What do you mean? Why won't you say that? It was very, very, very strange for me when I heard that telling it to my face, because I felt unprepared for something like that. No one told me that way, at least. Anyway, we didn't bought a sofa from him because his price was high. Well, it was normal since he was a designer. But yeah, we didn't get anything. The things that we talk remain from there. But he was really interested in me. If we were staying for longer, I'm sure he had lots of things to talk about. And his eyes were very, very blue and looking directly in my eyes, which made me really uncomfortable. Because some people has really straight looks. When they look at your face, they look very, very straight, that you feel awkward about it. That kind of straight person he was. Maybe he was actually the crazy one, who knows? Because that kind of looks that you don't see everywhere. Maybe he's admiring these 10 people, the most popular 10 people. Maybe he's inspired by them and trying to be like them, who knows? Because he was the one that's crazy for me. Yeah, so that was the story I had for these days. It was interesting. Very, very interesting was. Things like that happens to me sometimes. People often compliment my dress style. Like when I wear a skirt that has shapes on it. I remember that one time in Istanbul, a girl stopped me. I mean, she was like running to me, and she told me, "Wow, your skirt is very, very beautiful. You have very, very good style." And I was, well, thank you. It makes me very, very shy when they say that.
Ooh.
Yeah, woo. Makes me really woo. I also try to dress up my little brother, but he doesn't ever buy the things that I told him to buy. I tell him that this would be really cool on you, but he doesn't ever listen to me. I'm good at picking clothes for people, but they don't listen to me because they feel shy about wearing them. Usually the people that around me prefers wearing colors like my little brother. He usually wears black and white only. I tell him to wear more colorful things, or I suggest him clothes to wear. Nope, he doesn't listen to me. But I can't force him to do anything because it's his style. If he thinks he's attractive that way, he could just stay that way. But I don't like the way he wears things. Why do you wonder about my streaming time? You can just look at it. Let's see. No problem. Dum, 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 do, do, do. So have you guys ever met with people like that? The ones that I met, that kind of people. That's looking into your soul kind of eyes they have. Nope, you say? Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. Actually, I made it wrong. Let's erase it. The spacing between these actually have to be here somewhere. Also, the leg here is very far away from the arm. We should make some changes. Let's see. Hello, Konihan. Hello. Welcome. How is everything? Konyan, when will you be a doctor? When we will start taking advices from you? Isn't it time already for you to become a doctor? Isn't it time already? You don't know? You should know about it. How long do we have to wait? I can give you some insider. Yeah, give it to me. Give it. I can diagnose, you too. What is diagnose? Let me translate it really fast. Well, yeah, no problem. Dun, 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 dun. The perspective. How to draw perspective. I still struggle with it. Maybe instead of studying characters anymore, I should also focus on the background studies. It could be very nice. I mean, character studies are also very nice, but maybe I should... Okay, this one is right here. Comes to here. So it should be here somewhere. Konihan, if I were a teacher, would you love to be my student if I were a teacher? Yes. Yeah, that's the answer that I'm looking for. Okay. So 2 students. Okay. 2 people wants to be my student. That's nice. We still have way to go. Without doubt, you said yes, which means okay. We will be together from now on. It means. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Dotanzi says that I would be the student who makes noise in that class. I wouldn't let that happen. I wouldn't. You have a good way of correcting people. And that's what I care about in a teacher. Wow, thank you for that. Sometimes I'm doing things wrong too, like while correcting, I criticize them too much that I hurt their feelings. It happens. But I try to be calm as much as possible. I try my best. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Welcome. We are human after all. Yeah. But I think you would be a very, very nice student too. I'm sure that you would listen to me carefully if I was a teacher. I'm sure that you will take notes instead of playing Genshin in the class. Yeah. I'm sure you will do that. Being a teacher takes experience, but I see the good potential in you. We will see in this. Which month was that? Let me see. In this July, they are going to announce the talent exam time. So if I win the exam, I will be studying I will be studying to be a teacher if I get accepted. No, I take notes, but I also ask some questions too. Wow, that's the student I'm looking for. Who asks questions? That's a good thing, you know. That's why you have improvements. If you don't ask questions, you can't improve. Asking question is also part of the growth. No, don't congrats me. I still haven't entered to the exam. We will see, we will see. In July, I will enter to the exam. And we will see if I get accepted or not. And if I get accepted, I will be less streaming. A big possibility. Because I will have school. I will be taking classes and will be learning about how to be a teacher. Yeah, that kind of things will happen. But there's still a long time. I am not sure if I can pass the talent exam, because they are making the exam on paper and I'm a digital artist, which makes it very hard for me. I may be good at drawing at computer, but when it comes to drawing on paper, it's a different thing. I'm not that good at it. Can I ask about some details, like, are you going to be in a high school? No, I will... Let me translate it so there won't be a misunderstanding about it. I want to take classes for thesis master's degree. That's what I'm talking about. I will take classes for that if I can pass the exam, of course. If I can pass the talent exam. And if I be a teacher, it will be on universities. I don't want to deal with high schoolers. Really. Yeah, I could try practicing on the paper, but I have no idea about how is talent exams are like, because I have never been to one. I mean, when I was trying to get into Mimar Sinan University, I also get into a talent exam, but I wasn't good at it, so they didn't get me in. Try as much as you want. Yeah, I could try every year. Why not? I could try it. You can always try again, right? Yeah, every year I can try, but in 1 year they are just making one exam. And I want a specific university to make my degree. That's why I won't be trying other universities. I have a specific university in my mind that I want to enter. Think of me, I'm still in medical school after all these years. I'm still pursuing my dreams. Go after your dream. I'll thank you for that. I'm sure you will be a very nice doctor in the end. Very nice. I wouldn't want to teach to high schoolers. High school? No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. High schoolers can be a lot of trouble. Yeah, certainly. But you know what? For an art teacher, which is, I'm not going to be an art teacher, I will probably be an animation teacher. Or a similar thing. But if I were an art teacher in a high school, I think I would have a very, very long free time. I would have a very, very long free time. Because they are usually not making art classes because they want students to work harder for the exams they have, which makes a lot of free time for art teachers. But when you have a class, you have to deal with them. I studied as a relatively good, yet it was hell. Yeah, I can understand it. Especially vocational high schools is quite a problem. Vocational? What is that? I can only imagine. Really? We were required to do every assignment? Really? Well, in my high school, art class was like a trash that they see. I mean, they could toss it around like it never exists. We didn't have that much art classes in high school. I just remember having it at 2000. What was the number? 2017. Just 1 year that I remember having an actual art class. The other years, we didn't do anything at all in art class. We just studied. I don't know what were the art teacher was doing at these times when she was free. I have no idea. They only wanted us to get prepared for university exams. They were giving high scores for the art class. So every single person was getting high scores. Because we were not doing anything in the class, in art class. They were just giving the notes as high as possible, and they were making us pass. Instead, they were making us focus on the other things like math and physics kind of things. Yeah. I don't know what were they doing. I have no idea. I mean, she was also giving class to another school. I remember that. She was giving classes to 2 school or maybe 3. That much time she had. You understand me, right? That much time she had in her hands, giving 3 different school a class. That's that much time. She had always a coffee in her hand. I remember that. Every art teacher I saw, they're always drinking coffee. Every time I see one. Oh, I heard they make bad teachers so that they make them go to multiple schools. Well, I think she was going to different schools on purpose. I mean, we only had her as a teacher as an art teacher. There wasn't any other art teachers that we saw. If she was bad, then they could find another art teacher, isn't that so? Instead of making her work? Was it a private high school? No, it wasn't. But the last year of my high school, I went to a private high school, which didn't have an art teacher at all. Yeah. That's how far away I was with art teachers that times. What was your private school experience? Well, in high school, I changed 3 schools. First of all, the first school, I was far away from my home, and I was staying with other students. And after that, I stayed for like 2 months like that in that school, and my family moved me to another high school, which was closer to my home. But it was 1 hour, like 1.5 an hour away from the home, by the way. I was sleeping on the car sometimes. In the bus, I mean, not the car. And dormitory experience. Yeah, and you know what? I see lots of different kinds of girls at that time. which made me question the situation of the young people. I mean, I didn't see that much different kind of people in my age as a same gender. I was very shocked at their behaviors when I was staying with them. Like they were sometimes grouping, like the men's have some mafia groups like that, you know, some very deep friendships that they protect each other kind of relationship usually men have. But I didn't saw any girls like that before I stayed in a dormitory, and I was very shocked when I see that kind of girls. They were very harsh. I mean, they were never ever harsh to me because I was just a chill person who was just going to my room, going to have meals when it's the time. I didn't had anything to do with any other person. Yeah, the wolf packs. If you are telling that way, yeah. So I didn't had any problems, but I saw people having problems because they were yelling each other, fighting, which was scary. But in the same time, I saw very feminine girls, which made me question my own femininity. Like, if I'm a girl, what is it then? Like, she was girly than me. How can it be? Like, kind of questioning myself. I saw lots of kind of girls in there. In 2 months, in my first year of high school, that was a very strange experience for me. Very, very strange experiences. Like when it was dinner time, I mean after the dinner time actually, they were giving us some bakery things like pastry. Like they were giving us pastry, okay, after the dinner. But every single girl had to take their own pastry. They didn't allow other girls to take them. They sometimes allowed it, but they had a rule like that. I don't know why. Anyway, I always liked eating pastries they were giving us, and I went there every day. And while taking my own pastry, I was also asking my roommates, would you like me to get your own pastry too? And they were telling me, oh, no, we could take it. But if you want to take ours too, you can of course take them for us. And I was okay with it because it was my suggestion at all in the first place. And the teachers that were giving the pastries started to question it because I was taking my roommate's pastries, and they were like, why are you taking your own roommate's pastries? Are they bullying you? And nothing was like that happening. I was just a good person that wanted to take their own pastries, like I was going to give them. And it wasn't bullying or something, that was something that I wanted to give them myself. And the teachers told me to not to take theirs anymore. And I felt bad about it, because it made them seem like they were bullies. It was a very strange thing. Nothing like that was happening. It was a very surprising thing for me. Why would they think like that? If someone were bullying me, I would certainly tell it to the teachers. I would do that. I'm not a person that would stay quiet. I may be a quiet person, but if someone is making something wrong to me, I would never stay quiet about it. Even in the high school. So when the teacher think that way, it made me feel bad. Anyway, after that day, I didn't took their pastries anymore, because I didn't want teachers to think that they are bullying me. And yeah, I had no problems with my roommates at all. One of my roommates had a sleep schedule which she was following, and I had also no problem with that, because I wasn't making any noise at all in the room. And anyway, so in the end, one day someone come to the class and told me that you are changing school. And I was shocked, because my family didn't warn me about it, like, we are going to change your school. They didn't told me anything about it, they just changed it, as I remember. I don't remember if they told me or not. I remember they not telling it to me. And that way I changed my school. And it wasn't private school either. It was a normal school. Yeah, it was just a normal school. And I been there for 2 years, I think. No, 2.5 years or something like that. Yeah. And I made some friends. I also had some friends on the other school, but I had more deep friendships there. The only tiring thing was going to school, because it was far away and I was going with the bus. I was almost always sleeping in the car, in the bus. It was very crowded. But I always had a place to sit down to, because they were always giving space to the girls. Yeah. It wasn't actually a school bus, by the way. They were also taking the people too from the outside. But we were paying for it to take me to school, kind of thing it was. Other than that, I was reading there and I wasn't studying at all, because I wanted to go to an art school in the first place. Before all this happened, the math and the other things were not for me. Not for me. Public transportation, yeah. But we made a deal with the person that's using the public transportation, and he was carrying me and the other students that were coming from distance, because schools have no services like that. Because I was too far away. I was living in a village. So in the end, my family thought that if I were going to a private school, everything could be better. And actually, it's been a bit better. I started to study more because I felt bad about my parents paying for me to go to school. I studied a bit more, but I was still playing MMORPGs. And the private school, I don't know. It's not that different from a regular school, I think. The only difference is you have less students in a one class. And the teachers are more talkative. Other than that, it's no different than the other school that I was in for 1.5 years. No, 2.5 years. Yeah. But the first school I was in, there was like, let me show it to you. I'm in ninth class, right? I'm level 9, right? In the school. So there was like can you believe that? How many students were in this school? Can you believe these numbers? They were like 30 students in it. More than 30 maybe. My first high school was like that. It was very, very crowded. No one was recognizing each other. That big school it was. But my second school, it was like only this much. It was very, very little. I was happy with it. No, it also had this. Yeah, this tree. Not this tree. The other tree is too much. The students in my second school, there were like 20 plus students in one class, which was okay, I think, as I remember this much. It was better. At least I was talking with teachers. At least they were more warmer than the other school. The other school, if you lose a teacher, you can't find it in the school. It's too big. It's very, very big. And in my last high school, the private high school, there was like there was also like 20 students in one class. I actually don't remember. I was stopped caring about it at that time. But like I said before, I think going to a private school is not making that much change. At least for me, it didn't make that much change. The only change is you that you make with your studies. If you are not studying, even if you go to the best school, the most popular school, the best school, if you had very motivated, the best teachers, if you get every teacher like that, it doesn't make any change. Because if you are not studying, nothing is working. And I wasn't studying. I didn't like studying math. I didn't like studying physics. I didn't like chemistry. I was feeling like an idiot. When I was taking these classes, I was feeling like an idiot because it didn't make me understand. It was like you have to memorize everything to learn it, and I wasn't understanding the actual thing behind it. If you memorize it, you can succeed. Konyan says that I believe in that too. I took a gap year after all. A literally example is me. Well, yeah. If you are not studying, if you are lucky, you can succeed. But if you are not lucky and you are not studying, it's really hard for you to succeed. I felt like that too, but then I studied from university textbooks. Yeah. When you take action, it actually makes sense. It actually makes the development. But if you leave everything as it is, and if you just play MMORPGs like me, you only fail. Fail and fail. They teach you even the zero. Yeah, that's good to hear. I'm coming in a minute. I'm back. Konyan says that I mean sometimes things aren't meant to be. Yeah, I'm not meant to be a doctor. My family was wrong about it. I was never meant to be a person like that. Konyan says that I become so sick that they had to send me to hospital at my first university entrance exam, and I fell asleep at my second exam because I was so stressed that I couldn't sleep for 3 days. Really? Why are you so hard on yourself like that? I get it. I'm not meant to be anything else than a doctor. I am so dumb outside of it. What do you mean? You are not dumb at all. But sometimes there's things that we want to learn and we don't want to learn. Like if they were teaching me about plants and other things, I would love to learn about them. But when it comes to the numbers, I don't care at all. Like if they were telling about how the plant grows, what kind of leaf it has, what kind of weather it has, it needs to bloom like that, I would love to learn it. It's just about interests like that. You never saw me in a kitchen. I would love to see you in a kitchen. What have you tried and failed? Tell it to me. What were you trying to make in the kitchen? Was it a cake? A breakfast? I tried an omelette and it got bubbles, like soft bubbles on it. How is that possible? I mean, an omelette getting burned, I could understand that, but how did you manage to make the bubbles? The egg got bubbles. I don't know. Interesting. Interesting. That's strange. I don't think it's your fault. I don't think it's your fault. If it gets bubbles, I think something was wrong with the egg. Because it's not normal. Okay, see you later, Lotanzi. Bye bye. I ate it, it was fine. You ate it? Oh my. Oh my. Why would you eat that suspicious omelette? Why would you? It sounds very suspicious. That's a sus omelette. Very, very suspicious. I don't know, it seemed like a good idea. No, you were just hungry. You were just hungry. I know that feeling. You know what? My first time in the kitchen was not that good either. Because if you are not being there for a long time, you wouldn't expect anyone to be professional. If you ever want to cook something nicely, you should cook it at least 4 times to get better at it. Even it could even gets more time. That's totally normal. In the end, it's something that you are not used to. It's totally normal. I'm bad with social interactions too, like it's okay some things are never meant to be. What kind of social interactions are you talking about? Because it's a very wide subject. Four times. I will keep that in mind. I will give myself 4 chances. It eased my mind, thank you. No, you should give more chances to yourself. And you should look at the recipe and do the same. Think it like you are making a chemistry portion. Be careful about what's written. Do everything according to the paper. And I'm sure it will be a success. Just take your time and be easy on yourself. That's okay to make mistakes while cooking. Generally, I don't know. I was born with it. You know what? When I went to the village that I were grown like for 4 years, I was in one village, I think. At least I I remember my 4-year times. When I was 4 years old. Yeah, okay, I will start like that. We moved to another village later. When I was in third class. Okay, when I was in 4 years old, I used to have a very close friend. And I always remember good things about her. Like, we were playing together. We were running around together. Then she was started to first class of the school. I remember that time still. That kind of things. And after we moved, when I was in third class, I didn't see my childhood friend anymore. I didn't see her anymore. And I always miss her. I always miss playing with her, talking with her, kind of stuff. And I always had nice memories of her. And you know what? Last year, we went to village again because we went there time to time. And I saw her again. And I didn't recognize at first. She recognized me. And asked my mother, "Oh, you were that woman from there," and she recognized me. And we had a little talk and on the phone, like we were texting each other in nighttime. And she told me, "You were a very strange person when you were little. Like, she remembers me very, very strange. But I remember her very, very nice person. But she remembers me as a strange kid." Can you believe that? She told me that we were cutting papers together. I remember that. You were cutting a lot of papers. I remember cutting papers, but I don't remember cutting them with her. I have outside memories, like we were playing outside, having a good time, that kind of things. So when it comes to social interactions, it seems like I wasn't good at it when I was little too. Since she remembers me that way. Hello, Professor Apricorn. What is Apricorn means? Let me translate. Oh, you're a fruit. Welcome, welcome. So it was very, very different from what I remember about her, and the way I remember her was very, very different. And I thought if we see each other again, we would have lots of things to talk about. We will talk a lot, we would meet a lot. But it was very, very different from my dreams. Like, she didn't even talk to me after we had that talk on the phone while texting. It was made me sad. I had bigger dreams about us meeting again. Because I always saw her as a very dear friend to me. I mean, we were very, very little at that times, but I had different thoughts about her, like a closer friend. Don't think like I'm interested in girls or something. I thought of her as a very, very close friend. And I thought if we meet each other again, I thought we could be like that again. But I was wrong. But she was become a very beautiful woman, by the way. She's a very beautiful woman. I have a controversial take on this. Hey, tell me about it. So, social interactions is... maybe we are failing about it because we think about it too much. We try to make everything right, and it makes it fail. The people who has lots of friends usually are not even focusing on their friendship that much. They are just talking this, talking that, and they are making friends. I don't know, they are not putting that much thought on it. Village people become weird as they grow up. My experience is like this. Really? What do you mean by that? I mean, she was very, very beautiful when she was grown up. But as a social status, she wasn't in that well situation that would stop ignoring me like that. Not that kind of thing it was. It wasn't because of her status of money. It wasn't like she was a rich girl when she was grown up, like that kind of thing. Or like if they haven't experienced any city. You were blinded by her beauty. No, I wasn't. I just thought she was pretty. But I wasn't blinded at all. I mean, I just thought that we could be friends like when we were little. That was the only thing I was thinking. And there was a festival, and I told her that we could go to that festival together. Like, we could meet and talk about the past. She was like, yeah, okay, we could do that. But then she didn't come at all. I'm very disappointed in my past friendships. She changed a lot. She changed. Onyan says that they are in their small bubble, so they have less tolerance or understanding when it comes to people because they experience less different people and cultures. I don't know if it's because of that. Maybe she didn't just want to be friends anymore. I don't know. I have my own experience. Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Q&A. I have golden experience. Oh, tell me about it. I would love to hear you guys' experiences about village people. I'm a village people too. My childhood, before university, I was always in a village. Always. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, so I was very excited that I finally saw my childhood friend who was not in my reach for years. For years. Sometimes you shouldn't keep your hopes too high about people. I didn't ever thought about a change about her. She was very cold towards me. I mean, when we were face to face, she was acting warm, like smiling, talking while smiling. But I don't know. I could feel the coldness. I could feel it. I could feel it. But you experienced the city and you saw different people in dormitory too, and she was blinded by her friend's beauty. No, I was blinded by her beauty. She wasn't blinded by my beauty. It's a different thing. It's the opposite. No, I wasn't blinded at all. Wait. I told it wrong again. I wasn't blinded by anything. She could be a beautiful person, but I wouldn't be blinded by beauty. Oh, and by the way, I remember one thing about her telling me every time when we were little. I'm not sure I was saying this, but when she was looking at my eyes, she was telling me, I will take your eyes one day. She was telling me that. Well, I always thought about it like she was joking, but I think she meant it like she liked my eyes, because the blue color was not popular in there. She was telling me, I will get your eyes. Kind of sentence she was telling when we were little. I remember her telling You're an artist, of course. It's natural for you to appreciate pretty things. But I wasn't blinded. I was just surprised about it. I wasn't blinded. Yeah, she wanted my eyeballs. She always thought they were pretty. I remember that very well. Your eyes are pretty. No, don't do that. Not you too. No, no, no. I can't get it anymore. I don't want your eyeballs. Okay, okay. Then that's okay. But if you want to, well, yeah. Notan says that my eye color is hazel. I love my eyes. Well, okay. Love yourself. That's the best thing you can do. What about you, Konyan? As I remember, your eyes... Your eyes... I remember them as brown. Am I correct? I also think brown has a difference in itself. Like there's light brown or dark brown or more blackish browns. Julian says that hazel eyes are pretty too. My dad and my sister has them. Anyone except me and my mom. Well, hazel eyes are very different eyes because if you have a hazel-eyed person near you, if you dress that person in a blue color, their eyes tend to seem like blue. If you dress them as green, their eyes seem like green. They are changing as the way they wear things. I bought it brown eyes. Konyan says that they are pitch black and they have no shine too. Wow, that's a very deep color it must be. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Let me see, do we have any other person? Q-Nay, are you still there? Or Prof Apricorn? What color do you have? Do you guys have? What color of eyes? They may be gone. I think dark colors are also cool. I believe I sent you a picture. I only saw your picture from Instagram, from your profile picture, and it was very little and round, like this big. I couldn't see it very well. Hello, Silver Comet. What color is your eyes? Welcome, welcome. I'm fine. We are studying gestures and we are talking about eye colors. I sent you my blue hair. Really? When did you? I forget about it. I will look at my Discord old messages. I will look at it. Because I don't remember seeing at all. Can't believe myself. I can't believe it. Hello! Chantoko. Chantoko? Oh, mine are hazel brown. Well, okay, here's the thing, I've actually been the same with eye colors. Hazel brown, what? Wait, does it mean that this is, wait, let me draw it then. Okay, this is the inside of eye, and this is the blue color near it, and this is the hazel color near it. Something like this, probably. And it sometimes have some greens near it. Is this the hazel color you have? You have to promote your channel by collaborating with other VTubers or other things. Socializing. Yeah, well, I'm open to collabs, by the way. I want to make collabs. Yeah, I would love to have collabs. VTuber collabs, yeah. Thank you for your suggestion, Hudi. What about your eye color? What kind of eye color do you have? I actually plan on mentioning your channel actually, especially since with some research online I found people with rare eyes, pupils and different colors, as well as heterochromia. What is heterochromia eye color? Let me check it. Oh, that's different eye colors in each side. I know this eye. I have never seen it real life, but it was very interesting when I read about it. Kunyan says that you are right, Judy. She should collab with me. She is my inspiration. Well, yeah, well, you should collab with me too. We should play games together. Heterochromia is so interesting because it can be linked to some disease. Wait, I can't nerd out. You can. I didn't know that it had connections like that. The most interesting person that I saw, she was albino. She had red eyes, white hair color. When I was little, I saw a person like that. she was very, very beautiful in my eyes. She was very beautiful. Then I learned about it that she can't go outside because the sun, she was very sensitive to sun. And when I grew up, I saw her again and she was out in the dark. No, her hair is more like a yellow, platinum yellow. She doesn't have that silver hair anymore. But she was very cool when she was little, with red eyes, white hair, perfect. She was just perfect. I wonder if she was happy with herself, because I always find her cool. I mean, she was little than me and she wasn't able to talk and she was very shy. So I actually didn't talk with her, but just from appearance that I find her really cool. True, wonder if it has to do with crystalline in the eyes. Interesting. I've been trying to find someone like that. I have seen someone with black and white skin. I don't saw any person like that. It must be interesting. But albinos are very taking my interest a lot. I think that's very cool. Yeah, I also think it's very, very unique. I have a friend who has half of his pupil in a different color. Wow, really? These kind of things are very, very cool. Oh, forgot something. What did you forget? Well, if you forgotten it, you can't remember. Why am I asking? Okay, if we are talking about eye colors, what is your eye color, Salim? What is your eye color? Question time. What is your unique feature? A unique feature? I'm asking everyone. Unique. I don't think I have any. Maybe my walking style could be unique. People tend to see it as robotic. Like, they tell me that you'll walk like a robot. Very static walking style I have. Nothing much except for the fact I have good hearing, Silver Comet says. What kind of hearing are we talking about? Dum, 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 dum. I'm also able to sleep in a matter of seconds. Oh, really? Okay, sleep now. He will be there forever. Is good hearing a good thing or bad thing? My dad has it and he complains and gets headaches a lot. Oh, is that so? Well, yeah, makes sense. If there's lots of cars around, it must be very hard on him. Hearing where I can immediately wake up if I hear a light sound can overhear conversations far away from me. Well, hearing conversations happens when I focus on them. Like if I want to hear a conversation that's away from me, I could focus and hear it. But if I just want to focus on the talking beside me, I hear that only. Is that something you do it without focusing? Gossiping always gets annoying. I don't even focus and I can hear it. Without focus, I see. What about you, Konyan? What is your specialty? But kind of like superpower. I have bad hearing, so it is for me. Oh, so like that. I can't even hear what's directed at me. Leave me alone. My sixth sense is so good that I scare people. Oh, what kind of scare are you talking about? What have you guessed that had been true and you made someone scared? Okay, tell me about it. What kind of sixth sense that we are talking about right here? It's not good because I have no explanation for things I do. You should make more explanation about it because I didn't understand much about it. Tell me with the examples. Like, I meet people at exact location. I feel what type of things people text me. Or exact times. Or I'm instantly lucky because of my sixth sense. Well... What do you mean by type of things people text me? What do you mean by that? I don't wait for them to text me. I text them first so it gets spooky. Huh, so you... Oh, that's kind of... Oh, I see, yeah. It's like feeling that they are going to text you, so you text before them. Okay. So like they were... You guys were thinking in the same time. Yeah, I get it. Interesting. Oh, one thing I have noticed about my hearing recently is that whenever I drop something, I'm able to pinpoint where it ends up on the sound. Also, the drawings are looking great, I think. Well, it falling... I could also understand where it's fallen. Just while hearing it, I can guess when it's stopped, like... When the voice stops, you know it's fallen. Like... I also know where it's fallen. I don't think that's strange. I think it's normal. I guess what they happened to them despite not being there, so it's like I have eyes everywhere, but most of the times it's just a feeling. Oh. Yeah, well... I get it. Silver Comet is the opposite of me. I have no sense of 3D. 3D... It's real life. What do you mean 3D, son? I usually use mine to listen to audio and remember it for later. That's what you use your ears for. Wow, then it means that if you had a fight with Silver Comet... Yeah, he's dangerous. He could remember the things you said. That's a dangerous weapon you have. It's very, very dangerous weapon if you are having a fight. A human's voice record. Yeah. I'm even doing that right now. Someone calls to me, but I have no idea where it comes from. Well, that's too much. What do you mean you can't know it? I have a good memory, so I save that info for later for study. There are honestly things I want to forget as a result, but it's stuck in my head now. I'm sure by the time you will forget about them. That's how our brains work after all. We tend to forget. My memory takes video recording, so I kinda relate to Silver comment. Really? Well, it's nice to remember things like that. I learned something strange yesterday and it's still there. I mean, it's something that happened yesterday. It's normal for you to remember it, I think. I also remember the things that I... No, I intentionally wanted to forget it, thus I did other things like practice my artwork. Sadly, it's still there. Well, you know what? If you want to forget about something, you shouldn't think about it. Like, you shouldn't think about forgetting it. If you think about forgetting it, it makes you remember it more. It makes the opposite. If you want to forget about it, just try to not think about it and do other things. Silver comment sounds very affected. Yeah. And guys, so thank you for being here today. I have to close my streams now. It was very nice talking with you guys, and I really had very good time. Thank you for all the talks, all the kind words, and thank you for being here. I had a very beautiful time. I also tried to make the coffee work in the start of the stream, but it didn't work. But that's okay. Maybe next time we could solve it. I don't know. So have a good night and see you Thursday. See you Thursday. I will also have an art stream again. I have streams at Thursday and when was it? Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah, it's very similar, so sometimes I forget about it. Yeah, you take care too. One last thing that I will read. Do you ever wonder why is it that we remember we forget something but can't remember when we need to? Well, yeah, I know what you mean. It happens sometimes. Sometimes I forget where I put something, then I remember later on. I don't know the cause of it, but it happens. I also wondered about it. Yeah, it was very chill. I had a wonderful time here. Thank you for being here. Okay then, see you next stream. Bye bye, take care, bye bye. Bye bye. zihnimde bir yıldız düşer yanağıma, kaybolurken